Planet 13 Holdings is a vertically integrated cannabis company based in Nevada. The company has production and dispensary operations in Las Vegas, selling both recreational and medical product lines. Planet 13 Holdings opened its Planet 13 Superstore in November 2018. Located in close proximity to the Las Vegas Strip and housed in a 100,000 square foot commercial space, the Superstore is the largest cannabis entertainment complex located in Las Vegas. Planet 13 Holdings trades on the Canadian Stock Exchange under the symbol PLTH.
Robert Groesbeck joins me now via Skype from Las Vegas, Nevada. He's the CEO of Planet 13 Holdings, trading on the CSE under the symbol PLTH. Robert, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate having me back again.
Robert, you guys have been making some great strides. You've signed a purchase agreement with Mike Tyson. You've started construction of your 2,000 square foot event space. Why don't you give me a full update on what kind of progress you made since you were here last, back in, I guess it was the fall last year?
Well, we made tremendous progress. The expansion, actually, phase 2 is 23,000 square feet. So 4,500 square feet of that is devoted to the new restaurant, a coffee shop complex. Then we have an event space. We move into a merchandise store, and then about a 50,000 production expansion. So pretty ambitious, pretty excited. We're hopeful that we'll get that open early July.
Right. Great. How many visitors are coming through the space right now?
Well, we announced to the market last month, I think paid tickets were just a little over 1,700 a day. Actual traffic through the facility, just a little bit over 2,400 a day. So
wow.
We've seen significant uptick in March. So it's projecting and it's trending exactly like we thought it would.
Well, fantastic. So, do most of these people come through and buy cannabis products? Well,
most of them do, as evidenced by the paid tickets. But a lot of people, they're here as tourists. They're with friends. They may be curious about the facility. They come over in ride share, cab, or whatever the case may be, or even walk. And, not all of them necessarily go into the dispensary to buy. So really what we want to do is create that avenue or that opportunity for them to spend elsewhere in the complex. And that's really what, that's the impetus behind the restaurant, the retail store, and then of course, again, tying in the production facility where the customer who maybe not, is not in the dispensary buying, but is actually watching how products are manufactured. And maybe that will incentivize them to come across the hallway and buy as well. So again, we're very excited, where things are trending. It's exactly what we thought it would be. And March, we think it's going to be just a fantastic month for us.
Mm-hmm. Great. The state of Alaska was the first state to actually legalize the consumption of cannabis in a public social environment. And I'm curious as to whether you think that might be something that could happen in Nevada anytime soon. And if it did, I'm imagining it would really help your business.
Well, we think it will. The operative word is, how do you define soon? For us, it's not a question of if now, it's a question of when. We're optimistic now that the various government leaders have come together and recognized that we've got a serious void here in Nevada, in that we encourage tourist customers over 21 years of age to purchase cannabis products, and yet we provide them with no legal ability to consume those products. So I think there is now a consensus amongst the government types. We're working with the state of Nevada and Governor Sisolak as well to create uniform standards throughout the state. I think what we want to do is avoid cannabis lounges popping up in every neighborhood, adjacent to taverns. That was never the intent. The intent was really to create a vehicle or a venue for the tourist customer to use products responsibly and then get back to their hotel rooms. We're the logical choice for that. We are closest to the heart of the Strip. We have the room to grow and build a first-class lounge. So we're optimistic. We think there's been a lot of progress. So we're hopeful that it'll be soon around.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that you offer free rides to Planet 13 from certain locations in Nevada. Has that been helpful in getting people to come and visit you?
Oh yeah, it's been very helpful. And again, it's primarily leaving the facility. We generate a huge amount of traffic through rideshare and through cabs, but sometimes it gets incredibly busy. Customers, they want to get out of the facility when they leave as quickly as they can, and we offer that amenity through our wrap van service. We'll take them to designated drop-offs adjacent to the strip. So it's worked really well. They really like it, and it's great advertising for us as well.
Yeah. Are there other facilities in Vegas that you have to compete with in terms of providing this sort of live cannabis curated experience?
Well, I consider everybody that's a licensed operator a competitor. It's just the extent of that competition. We're unique. I think we set ourselves aside from the rest of the pack by virtue of our size, our proximity to the strip, and the various interactive offerings that we provide at the facility. So we're different. It's hard because we're not really comparing apples to oranges.
Right. So you also produce your own, you also cultivate your own cannabis, extract and make extracted products?
We do. We offer our medicine line, which is we can't keep in stock. Our vape pens are probably the best in the industry. I may be a bit biased, of course, but based on the feedback from our customers, I think it's unmatched. Our new trendy line came into the market in the latter part of November. We've had phenomenal success with that. That's geared more toward the tourist customer. It's a disposable cartridge, disposable vape pen, and we just had tremendous positive feedback on that. So that really, those two lines in particular, the impetus behind the expansion of our production facility. We just can't meet the demand. So we're going to take it head on and not only supply the Superstore, but we'll now have the ability to wholesale our products throughout the rest of the state.
Yeah. Tell me about your deal with boxing legend Mike Tyson. How present is he going to be at Planet 13?
Well, we're really excited to have that agreement in place with Mike and his team. The Tyson Ranch product line, I think, is going to be exceptional, and we're honored to have him launch that in Nevada. Basically a worldwide launch out of the largest dispensary on planet Earth. So we think that's going to be a long-term relationship. We're really excited, about that. Mike has a passion for all things cannabis, as does his team, and they manufacture products to the standards that we expect, for our customers coming out of this facility. So we couldn't be any happier. Again, it's a great launch, and we're really excited about what it brings to both groups going forward.
Awesome. So I'm wondering, if we came down there for your opening on April 13th with our film crew, would it be possible to organize an interview with yourself and Mike Tyson?
I'm reasonably confident we can get you an interview with Mike when he's here for sure.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Very.
Yeah, I think his celebrity involvement in your operation is pure genius. Now, where is Tyson Ranch, and what is he doing? What's he exactly doing there? Is he growing cannabis, making extracted products?
Well, I don't know all the inner workings of Tyson Ranch and what they're doing. They've got very ambitious plans as well. They're down in the Palm Springs area. So they've got a campus setting. They've got very ambitious plans of creating basically an entertainment complex similar to what we're doing here in Nevada. And I'll let Mike and his team speak to that, but very exciting. We share a lot of commonality on how we want to market, the customers we're looking for, and the experiences that we want to provide to our customers respectively. So. Again, very excited about what they're doing and the ability to partner with them on launching in Las Vegas.
Sure. All right. Well, that's great, Robert. I will reach out to you soon and get more organized on our visit to your facility. But congratulations on everything you've done. You're making incredible progress, and I can't wait to see the place for myself in April.
Can't wait to see you down here and show it to you firsthand. Thank you very much.
Bye for now.